I do not believe the president should appoint someone.
I fully agree that we should not allow a judge to be appointed during his time.
I think it's up to Mitch McConnell and everybody else to stop it. It's called delay, delay, delay.
The Constitution says the president shall nominate and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate shall appoint judges of the Supreme Court and all other officers of the United States. Presidents and the Senate have interpreted the advice and consent clause differently since the beginning of the Republic.
George Washington essentially said, I don't want your advice, I just want your consent or not. And that has generally been the way presidents have interpreted it.
The Senate's duty is to advise and consent. You know what? The Senate is advising right now. We are advising that a lame duck president in an election year is not going to be able to tip the balance of the Supreme Court.
I think Senator Cruz is correct. The Senate is under no formal constitutional obligation to consider a nominee sent forward for any position, much less the Supreme Court. It's not rare for the Senate to say no. Something like 20% of all nominations that have been put forward since the 1790s have been rejected. George Washington, the first president, got one rejected. It's not at all uncommon. What would be more uncommon would be, if this develops this way, to let a nomination languish without any action on it for a full 330-some days.
So the question is not a constitutional one, it's a political one. What are Republicans in the Senate willing to risk to make sure conservative justice is the next appointee?
If I had to put money on it, I would say that in the short run, this is going to help certain of the Republican presidential nominees as they go through the primary process of appealing to their base. In the general election, it's a far dicier proposition.